from Stop 6, Texas, it's the big fella. It's Dallas Cowboy Chris. And from the 915, Cholo Town, El Paso, it's our man, 21, Armando, 21. And from the hill country of Texas, Austin, it's our man, Retrofit Sports, Hook 'em, it's Rue. And from Tucson, Arizona, the player personnel director of the Cowboy podcast is Kuiper AZ. And from the great state of Arizona, he's Mikey 520. What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, it is game day again. And man, ain't nothing like a game day. It's Sunday. Man, here in Fife, Washington, it's a brisk 45 degrees, rainy, cold. Got my little scarf on. Hold on. Got my scarf on. And we got Chop in ATL, and we got Paul in the UK. Say, man,
Big Paul.
We always repping the world's team today, not just America's team. We repping the world's team. What's up, fellas? What's up, Paul? How you doing, baby?
Not too bad. I was trying to kind of steal your little introduction there, since I'm from the hills of Glasgow, Scotland, where it's 20 degrees and it's raining cats and dogs. So, but yes, it's going to be a nervous one today, Chris. I'm not going to lie. That being because historically, I mean, we haven't won against the Broncos since 1995. So there is that historical element, which I'm a wee bit skeptical, but chains are made to be broken. That's what I'll say.
They are made to be broken. Paul and Chop. Let's do this,
Give
man.
up. Let's do it.
Right off the bat, we know we hadn't beaten the Broncos since the 90s. And people think that's a long time, but you got to remember they're an AFC team, and we don't play them but every 4, sometimes every 8 years. It depends on which division we're playing. So I know the last couple times, I know we remember the one in Dallas where we got mollywopped. We remember the Zeke game in Denver when he didn't chase down. Everybody had that video showing Zeke not putting that forth any effort or anything like that. But I have just a different feeling. I'm still nervous about the game, but I'm more nervous on the defensive end, not the offensive end, okay? And I have become a lover of our head coach, okay? And I hope he stayed in the defensive meetings again this week, because you saw a difference. So I'm going to start with you, Paul, okay?
Yes.
Do you see any difference in our team in the leadership, meaning the head coach? Were you excited that you heard that he was in defensive meetings?
I mean, that was kind of news to me not that long ago, if I'll be perfectly honest with you. But if I know, I kind of feels like, okay, that some measures had to be, something had to happen to kind of, get the messages across to the players and, some Matt Eberflus as well. And we did get to see that last week against Washington. It wasn't perfect. There was still holes in the game, but we managed to break up passing plays. We got the interception. We got the sacks. Overall, you could say, it was a significant improvement, but there is still room to improve. With that being said, it's now about the level of consistency going forward now. Can we improve for what we did from last week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's all we want, man. We want some improvement.
Right.
So we're gonna lead to that to you, Chop. Are we gonna see that improvement today in Denver? Because I'm not afraid of Denver's offense. I'm afraid of just playing Denver. So will we see a consistency in the Cowboys today?
I think we will. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but because Trayvon Diggs is not playing again, now you get to go roll out the consistency that you played with last week. So now a little bit of continuity will definitely be in place. Now, am I still kind of iffy about it? In one way. And like you guys said, it's about the defense. Is the defense going to continue to build? The offense is going to do what the offense do. I'm pretty confident that I think we will get that so-called monkey off our back dealing with Denver and Mile High. As long as we don't try to do too much, play our game, do our assignments, and just play sound football. I think we'll walk out here confident. Pretty confident.
All right, and you lead me into something I really want to talk about. When you said the offense is going to do what they do, I think it's going to be a ground and pound day with Javonte Williams. I think the Cowboys is going to try to smash him in the mouth today. Paul, what you think?
I totally agree with that. And one thing, this was brought to me on previously on the World's team. We had our guest, Marcus Jones from Bluff City Cowboys and DC4L. He made a really good point about the altitude in Colorado. Like, you're not going to be throwing the ball like 30 times in that type of like environment where you're trying to gas out your wide receivers. So I think it's going to be literally going to be the run game, just smash mouth football. We're going to see Williams. We might actually see a more feature of Jaden Blue in there also, but also just the fact like if Rico Dowdle can have his revenge game, why can't Javante Williams have his revenge game?
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that too, man, because you saw him last week, man. He was back in the pocket. I call it in the pocket. It's a DC, a Washington DC term when they listen to Go talking about they're in the pocket, right? Meaning they got that groove going. So I think last week he got his groove back, right? So, and I was just like, he's going home, where he started and everything. And everybody, we've all played ball, especially if you're familiar with the other team or somebody on that team or you got a rival school. You always going to step it up a little bit, right? You got that little more intense, atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him today. Now, Chop, this is my next question, because all of a sudden, well, I wouldn't say all of a sudden. Yes, all of a sudden, all the media is on the Dak Prescott train. They own it now, right? But we've
Right.
been saying this. We've been saying this for years. Dak has been the same quarterback for years. Dak just got more weapons than he's had in a long time. How is
Absolutely.
Prescott? How is Prescott, man? Because to me, and I don't know if you heard me say this, Paul. I think the Cowboys play action is the best in the league right now. Chop,
I
Mhm.
agree.
will we see that play action today?
You will definitely see play action. I think today, because they have solidified our offensive line. If you look at our offensive line now, it's actually solidified. We actually got a very complimentary back, and we have complimentary wideouts, and we got slot. We got the package for Dak, so Dak can do his job, and he don't have to overcompensate. Today, what I'm looking to see what Dak is going to do today, I do believe there is going to be a heavy run game, but
Mhm.
depending on the weather and how they come into this game. I don't know if we're gonna start with the pass early and then pound, or we're gonna pound and pass later, depending on this weather. I do believe they're gonna move Dak out of the pocket though. I do believe they're not gonna have him sitting back there for those ends to tee off on him. I think Dak is gonna be moving around the pocket, whether it's a flip, a pitch out, a hand up, but I think Dak will be moving out. And you're right. We've been saying Dak was that dude, but Dak was asked to do more than what a normal quarterback would have to do. And then when he couldn't accomplish it, Dak was so-called trash.
Right.
Now that he has people in place, he has a left tackle, he has a left guard, he has a right guard, he has a center. I don't know if BB playing today. I think it was a game time decision, but he has
I
his
believe he's
line
not.
solidified.
Yeah, I don't think BB's been cleared yet, so I think it is going to be Brock Hoffman back in, which I'm happy
Okay,
with. Yeah, I
right,
mean,
right.
Yeah, I'm happy with either or too. I this is what what made me say Dak is in the pocket right now. When we only had one starter on the offensive line and he didn't miss a beat. Okay. And when we lost CD,
Oh,
everybody was like doom and gloom. We were just like, oh man, we just gonna have one receiver. Remember last year when we lost all the receivers and we only had CD and the offense was stagnant, right? We couldn't
right,
run the ball, we couldn't throw the ball. Remember Fergie was just none and void last year. Fergie's playing
right.
like a top five tight end this year. Uh, all the receivers have stepped up except for Mr. Irrelevant Jalen Tolbert. That's what I call him, Mr. Irrelevant Jalen Tolbert. I'm sorry, Paul. Rugo get me. So,
Hey,
but
it's all good. You're not the only one that thinks that.
but but what I'm saying is, man, he is spreading it around. It's just not just CD. It's just not Pickens. It's just not Williams. It's just not Fergie. When Floyd Noah gets in there, he gets the ball to Floyd Noah. And no, God, I'm thinking my special teams guy, Turpin. When Turpin is there,
Right.
he gets the ball to Turpin. He's just not settling on one receiver, because last year only thing we could do is throw it to CD. That's the only thing we could do. This year we got options, man. Look at who stepped through the back door, man. It's the
Mikey!
cowboy from Tucson, Arizona. He's Mikey.
Mickey. Hey,
Mikey, what's
how
up,
we
Hello,
man?
doing? Mira.
stranger. How you
Hello, we
doing?
doing? It's been a while. Mira. So we got the El Podcast Me Cowboy shirts. Maybe we'll send you guys some. El Podcast Me's Cowboys. Y ya sabes, we already got the Cowboy Up Podcast pregame show in the building. Hey, what's up, stranger from across the pond? Man, corned beef and hash in the big corn. What is it? It's always at the
Corn and hash.
cultural things, right?
That's Irish, not Scottish, mate.
Yeah, it's Irish,
No,
Hey,
but
not
dude.
Scottish.
Hey, y'all call me Puerto Rican all the time, so I get to do that shit. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. No, I'm not. I'm happy to see you guys. Guess what today is, guys? Guess what today is?
What is today?
It's fucking game day. We get 17 guaranteed. And thank you for being with us in the Cowboy Up podcast. Like, subscribe, and then the World Podcast in the building. You already know. I'm sorry for interrupting you guys. What was the main question? I'm sorry. I'm just like a little kid walking in rooms. You know what I mean?
Hey man, we feel your excitement, man. It's no it's we happy you slid in here, man, because we're excited. We're excited too. But no, our question was about the performance of Dak Prescott lately, and how he's spreading the ball, spreading the wealth around. And I think I'm really giving all the credit to our head coach, because remember
Yes.
how Mike McCarthy was, even when we had a decent running game, he wouldn't run the ball. He wanted to
Oh, Cal,
throw.
Cal, Callan Moore did that constantly. We would call it. Remember, we used to call this on the other podcast. We run the ball. Then it's a term in the United States called getting cute.
Hmm.
Then we get cute after whatever we did to run the ball. We would get to the 20 with Zeke. We'd get to down there with Zeke, and then Callan Moore would get cute, or we would get cute. We're like, why we just start passing the ball? I believe wholeheartedly, because you remember in the off season when we were still skeptical about Marty Schottenheimer. I always call him Marty, but rest in peace, Marty. No, but that's good, Marty. I don't think he'll take that as an offense at all. But Brian Schottenheimer, that we're changing the whole culture to be physical, that we're changing the culture to run the ball. He has stayed true to his word about that, and that's why I respect the man, because you could tell us till we're blue in the face, but I'm sorry, we were all from Missouri, and y'all had to show me. So they have, and the credit of Dak Prescott, it's a whole symbiotic thing with Connor Riley, with the other coach. I always forget his coach.
Clayton Adams.
Kate, thank you. That's why. That's why I keep a good circle of friends. Clayton, Matt Adams, Connor Riley, because
it just emphasizes how much they worked on this run game. That these tandem blocks going to the second level, and not to mention what Jerry has done in getting the players. It doesn't. It looks like guiding is questionable, but Nathan Thomas, I like the kid. So as
Yes.
far as all of that contributes to number four. Number four, where's my number four jersey? I got a number four jersey. For the first time, I got a Dak
What
Prescott
is it?
jersey somewhere near
What is it, Michael? What number is he?
number
So
four. Number four. I was born in February 4th, so number four jersey. But all in all, we're giddy about it. We're giddy about it.
Right.
Even in a loss like the Panthers, the only time we looked really bad was the Bears game, and I think they took that game very lightly. Or that was one of those punch in the gut games where we were moving the ball down the field, then a turnover changed the whole complexion and momentum of that game, and it just got away from us. But
I
I'm
think I
sorry to
think
be long
I
winded.
think I think they lost it when CD got hurt. I think the whole team,
Yes,
yeah.
it was
thought
a
it was
combination of that.
more serious. But hey, let's get back into these Broncos, okay?
Hey, hey,
Oh,
Chris.
Yes.
But before you do that, Chris, I just want to give a wee shout out to, like, obviously, like, I know our rivals, the Giants, that just lost Cam
oh
Scarborough. That
man,
was
I'm with
horrible.
you.
Like, so prayers for Cam Scarborough right now. I know
Yeah.
they're rivals, etc., but you just hate to see that
Yeah.
happen. And
No,
Yeah.
as much as
no,
I hate the Giants, he is so much fun to watch. But my
Right.
apologies, I had to
no,
just
no, no.
mention
Don't
that.
apologize because I'm on the same boat. I was going to say the same thing. He's my rival in college. I'm an Arizona Wildcat fan. Matter of fact, he just scored on the Wildcats again, just right now. Just right now. I was at that game. But he, the style of that he ran and the infectious nature on how he ran, and the kid, even his attitude made you a fan of him, especially that Texas game. That Texas game, if you love football, you love Cam Scatterboo because he threw for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and ran for a damn touchdown against Texas. Well, I'm not going to go Texas, but at the time, with the juggernaut that the Texas Longhorns were to be. But I'm sorry to again take the show, take the show another place. But that it's that drop tackle. And we just got done talking about when CD got hurt. CD got hurt by a drop tackle. Tony Pollard in the playoff game versus the San Francisco 49ers got hit by a drop tackle. Dak Prescott got hurt by a drop tackle. It's an ugly tackle, but it's just football. So I'm sorry to get into that.
All right, go ahead, Chop. What were you going to say?
I was gonna piggyback off of Mikey about the coaches. There's two other coaches we have to
Yes.
give props to, and that's Luna Wells and Junior Adams. Because Luna Wells with the tight ends and Junior Adams with the wide receivers, they are doing a remarkable job, and their name is not called enough. So big ups to
Yeah.
Junior Adams and Luna Wells. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Go ahead, Chris. We got this.
All
Sorry,
right.
Chris.
So let's get into these Broncos, man. Broncos with the Auburn quarterback slash the University of Washington so was it Oregon quarterback
Yeah.
Bo Nix. Now I was never a fan of Bo
Yeah.
Nix at Auburn. I thought he was just an average quarterback. He went to a stacked team in Oregon and actually played well. Got him to the playoffs and everything. And then his rookie season, Bo Nix actually played really well. I was impressed with Bo.
Press.
I thought Bo was one of the worst of the first round picks, but he
Yeah.
turned out to be the top 3 of the first round picks in that quarterback driven draft. Bo Nix today. Last week he struggled in the first 3 quarters and then he caught fire. And I'm concerned about this. When you let Bo Nix out the pocket, that's when I'm concerned about him. I'm not concerned with Bo Nix in the pocket. Paul, go ahead.
I know where this is going. So
Okay.
the reason why Bo Nix struggled last week is because the Giants, for 3/4 of the game, decided to be man coverage. That's a fact. Then obviously they took the foot of the gas and then became more zone coverage. And
Right.
look what happened. They got picked apart. The Giants had the biggest deficit loss with under 5 minutes to go in NFL history. Like that's over 1,062 games. That has never happened with 5 minutes to go and lose a game like that.
Right.
That's never happened before. The Giants are the first to
Never.
do it. Is that's because they changed their defensive scheme just to think, oh, we've got this in the bag. No, they took their foot right off the gas. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much it. So when it comes to the likes of Bo Nix, I think if we can put the pressure on them early and stick to like be that man coverage, I
Uh-huh.
think this will be the key to the game. Just put that pressure on them straight off the bat.
Well, this is the question for everybody. Will we do that? Will we? Because remember last week we played more man, and the defense improved. It improved because you got to think about it. This team, the defense was built for man coverage.
Yeah.
Eberflus is a zone coverage coach, and you see
Yeah.
we was getting torched in zone coverage. Remember, only thing we've been begging the Cowboys to do on defense is to be average. Be
20
average.
points.
20 points. Because
20
if we
points.
can hold
Even
anybody to
even
20,
26 points.
even
This
26
is so
points.
emotional. We say that there, Mikey.
Because like
20 points.
just at least 26 because it's beyond it's beyond. No, keep going, Nick. I'll
No,
say my piece. Go ahead.
but it is the truth though. If our defense can just hold NFL teams to 25 or less, the Cowboys are going to win every damn game. They will win every. But will he go back to his old traits? Hey, I'm gonna play my zone instead of my man and give up 30 fucking points. To me, as a coach, coaches should adjust to the players. The players shouldn't have to adjust to the coach, because if you know you got a bunch of man players, play man. If you got a bunch of zone players, play zone. I'm an old offensive guy. When we had a bunch of running backs, we played the wishbone. We played the veer. But when we had a bunch
Yes,
of
sir.
receivers, we're 5 wide. We're 4 wide.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Trips.
You gotta adjust. Will our head coach adjust today? Chop, and then we'll go to Mikey.
That's cool.
Well. I think today, and I don't want to throw out the rabbit's foot right now, but I want you guys to understand something. We have the advantage today, and I saved it just for this show. We know Bo Nix. How do you know that, Chop?
How do we know that,
Well,
Chop?
How do we know that, Chop?
his name I just mentioned is Junior Adams. Think about it. Where does Junior Adams come from?
Where did Junior Adams come from, Chop?
Where does Junior Adams come from, Chop?
Oregon.
Oregon. All right. Where did Bo Nix come from, Chop?
Oregon.
Okay.
So if anybody, you know, hey, so Junior Adams might be a defensive coordinator today, even though he's a wide receiver coach, but he knows exactly the throws that Bo Nix can make. He knows the movement that Bo Nix can make. He knows how to defend this whole thing. He was with him.
Right.
He was with him. So if Eberflus is smart, he would say, "Hey, we're gonna continue doing what we did last week until it doesn't work anymore."
Right.
If I was him, will he do it? I think he will. I think he will.
Mikey, what you think what Eberflus gonna do today, man? What do you think?
Well, first of all, talk about leading a horse to water. Damn. Thank you, Chop. I appreciate that very much. You have a nice strong grip. No, no. Well, the thing about it is sometimes we've even had the right personnel on, and our defense hasn't even made tackles. The perfect example was with the Panthers. It was that even Eberflus had the right defense on there, and Chop even said it a couple of episodes ago that we were just not there making tackles. We got to be able to tackle at least force. We just got to give at least in each half 2 possessions where we get the ball back for our offense. And I'm not talking about making a turnover and we could win. But at the same time with this defense, if we have one stub toe that could put us in a lot of trouble. Not to mention, and then we're talking about Bo Nix. Bo Nix, him breaking out of the pocket. It's a concern for me. It's always a concern for me against Josh Allen. It's always a concern for me against guys that own us, like Lamar Jackson. The thing about us playing man and the 40% of the time, what against Mariota, we blitzed 41% of the time of his snaps. Against Jaden
Mm-hmm.
Daniels, we blitzed 40% of the stats, and that's a lot to do with the subject we had on earlier about Schottenheimer getting in the room and saying, this is our strength, this is what we have, until we change these things, this is what we have to adapt to. And in other words, too, we gotta adapt to what are Bo Nix's weaknesses. I'm gonna swear to you, I haven't watched too much Bo Nix, even though he was a Pac-10 guy for a little bit. But what I know is we haven't beaten this team in 30 years. So when that plays in, and being in Mile High, you remember that 2000, what was it, 17 season where we went there and got mollywopped and got ran on? It's something about that.
Yeah.
But I think the breaker of this game, guys, is them. They've never beat us. We've never beat them in their new style of jersey and the new style of decal, but we own their ass in the decal they're wearing today. So it's time to break 30-year curses, and I think that's going to be their jinxaroonie this game. But as far as getting Bo Nix, we could adapt to that.
Well, that's right. They're wearing their throwback jerseys and
The orange jerseys with the baby blue.
Jersey. Right.
The one we beat them in the Super Bowl in.
Yeah.
So what was it, Super Bowl 7?
Yes.
No, yeah, I believe so.
So I want to bring this up too, man, because it was a big talking point also this week about Patrick Surtain and our receivers. Who you think he's following today? Because I'm thinking like this. I think CD ate him up last time they played, but we still lost the game.
Yep.
Who are y'all concerned about Surtain at all today?
No, not concerned about. I mean, yeah, you have to be concerned.
You
He
have
is a
to be.
bona fide, player. But because he has two dogs on the outside and he has somebody in the slot, they're going to move him around to figure out who's the hot receiver. They're going to put him on the hot receiver for this game. Now, I don't know. 1-on-1, he said a better chance with CD 1-on-1. 1-on-1 with long arms, no, that's not going to happen. But with CD and you kind of double Pickens, this is going to leave Jake Ferguson open,
Right.
or the slot man open. So I am concerned about it because he is a lockdown corner, but we have the two top wide receivers, and I'm not afraid to say it, in the NFL right now. And there's
Don't be
no wide
afraid to
receiver
say
group.
it.
Don't be afraid to say that. But Joe Flacco is using his right now, but that's a whole different story. That's Joe Flacco.
So I'm not really. Only thing I'm concerned about is just don't get cute. Play your game the way we're supposed to play it. Just don't do dumb stuff and try new stuff. Beat this team the way you beat everybody else. And just on another note, while everybody's talking about how good Denver defense is, I'm not going to discredit them, but I have, me, I have to go back and look at the record. And who did you play on a high octane offense? You might be surprised. It ain't me.
Yeah.
And the ones they did play,
me.
they lost. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they think they own the NFC East. They did beat the NFC East teams that we needed them to beat. So thank you very much, Sean Payton, for that.
Right.
As far as anybody, they could do the whole George Seifert thing and do what, rest in peace, George Seifert. He died this last week. A guy we hated very much so. They put Dion on Alvin Harper and they doubled Mike.
Right.
So we're gonna see that, but Chop said it before we all could say it. Then Jake Ferguson is gonna eat because we don't see a linebacker on their core that could hang with Jake as long as Jake is doing his thing. But if they're not gonna drop 8 in the box, guess what I'm gonna damn do? Javante's gonna eat. He's gonna eat. And once they drop 8 in the box after he's eating, Then we could talk CD Lamb, George Pickens. Like, don't even bring Sertan in the mix until they make Sertan get in the mix. If you understand what I mean. Bonito, he's a problem. We're just gonna
Oh
make
yeah,
him
yeah,
fail.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna make
Well,
him Nick Fail today. You know what Fail is? Fail is the opposite of Bonito. Bonito is pretty. Fail is ugly, and it's gonna get ugly today.
well, I am concerned about the Denver's pass rush. Denver got a pretty decent
Yes, sir.
pass rush. And you know, sometimes our tackles can be Swiss cheese a little bit. They got holes sometimes. Now when we running, I think we got two of the best tackles in the league. But
He's still when he's running, when he's pass blocking, he's aluminum, bro. We know what you're
but
talking about.
but
Um,
let me give him some props because I gave him props last week. I said
yeah.
when you don't hear Terrence Steele's name, he had a
He
great
did
game.
good.
Okay, so he
Mhm.
did good. I don't want
Yeah.
to hear his name or guidance name at all today. If I hear that
Well,
name, we're gonna have a long day. If you hear their names, if the announcer on TV mentioned Guyton or Steele, it's gonna be a long day. Go ahead, Paul.
The
no,
only time
well,
you hear
Paul,
good.
who's
Oh,
on I'm sorry. Who's on the injury list? Can you guys check that while
yep.
Paul's talking?
Well,
And we say who's
I've
on
got it
it?
right here. So
Say,
obviously Jack
hey,
Sanborn's obviously out. Cooper Beebe
mm,
is on injury reserve still. Um, Thomas is out. Diggs is obviously. Oh well, that's a whole different story on its own. Overshawn has been out. Like we're gonna looks like he's going to be activated for next week's game. Revo, obviously, he's still kind of working to get back into that situation. Nealand is still questionable. Guyton is questionable. Donovan Wilson is out.
okay.
And yeah,
I
so
saw
that
Guy in. Is Guy in questionable?
is questionable. Yes,
Okay.
I think it's
yeah.
more of
Oh,
a
now,
game day decision, like right
Yeah.
in the hour.
And the reason
if I
I mentioned that is because it goes along line with the pass rush. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Now go ahead, Paul. Finish your thought before
Sorry, Paul. Sorry,
Mikey
Paul.
had
I
12
forgot what I
different
was going to talk
questions.
about there.
See,
Actually,
thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
in fact, what was the question you were going to ask?
We were
Actually.
That
talking about the tackles. We was talking about Guyton and Steele.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember now.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So the
okay.
only positive news you'll ever hear about offensive linemen is when likes of Baldy Baldinger is actually making video review tapes. So when
Right.
you're actually featured on Baldy's NFL Twitter page, you did good. You did really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, because I like when he break them down. When he break them down, man, I'll sit there and watch that all day. When he sits there and he breaks down performances of the offense and the defense, man, you know,
I
because
love it.
things,
I absolutely love it.
because us real football fans who actually played in it, that's actually into the technical part of it. You know, I like when he gets into the technical part of it and he'll show what happened, what he did, what he should have done, and the outcome of it. So I always love to see Bodie when he does that. All right.
It's good,
So
proper analysis. Yep.
right. So let's do this, man. We always got to get to chops players to watch. Chop,
Whoa!
man. Who are your players to watch today, Chop?
My player to watch today is none other than Javante Williams.
Ah
I think
ha
he's
ha!
going to be bringing it. I think he's going to be bringing it. And you know what I really want to see today that we hadn't seen in a long time since the Romo days? I want to see you take advantage of an aggressive front line by running a draw play.
Okay.
Run plenty draws, and Devontae will eat. He will eat. So that's my player to watch today.
Player
Along
to
with our
watch.
MVP quarterback, Dak Prescott. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll go to Paul. Paul, what's your chops players to watch today?
I'd rather go with my boy Jake Ferguson. I got to like with that
I
middle
argue.
linebacker core for Denver. It can be a bit subject at times. I think with obviously with the screen game and short passes, I think Ferguson would be like the go-to guy in this scenario. So I expect to see him not once being in the end zone, but twice.
All right, Mikey, give me your chops players to watch.
Well, I'll let you have the obvious one because you are the president of the Dacker fan club. But last time I checked, that air is pretty thin in Mile High. It's a mile high. and
Yep.
I'm not necessarily loving, the kicker being our MVP, but there's a possibility we kick the ball at the other side on the damn 40. And like I said last week, if he breaks the record by a 70 yarder, give him a gold jacket. He's a walking Hall of Famer. Nobody else is doing it. And y'all was like talking about it. And if you heard it regurgitated, and you guys downplayed Brandon Aubrey, and there's two guys, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just playing. Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey is somebody to watch because this is his kind of game. If Prater did it for years up there in that thin air, what the hell do you think Brandon Aubrey's going to do in that thin air? If it goes down the field goal and he's going to make it, he's going to make it. But he's going to be how the NBA treats Steph Curry. They're going to be so cognizant of trying to stop us 3/4 of the field there because we're going to be in scoring range once we cross the 45-yard line on their side.
All right, man.
Great
I
shout,
feel
Mikey.
you. I
Great
feel
shout.
you. That was beautiful. Well, look, the big fellas player to watch is I don't have one. I have three. Every damn linebacker that's on the damn field. Every linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys that's playing on the field. They actually improved last week. Did you notice that? They
Yes,
improved.
Yes, we
sir.
did.
They're
They
blitzing.
Yes,
actually
we did.
they actually filled holes. They actually made tackles. They actually covered tight ends like they were supposed to do, like they were trained to do. You know, I'm looking for my linebacker play. I want every linebacker, including you, and everybody know I'm not a big fan of Louisville. I am not.
Uh,
I'm
I
still
love
trying
Hawaiian
to.
Punch.
I'm still trying to give him more leash. You know, I am. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. I know everybody's been on my ass about that too. Chris, what you mean you don't
Hawaiian
like
Punch.
Louisville? You don't like
He's
Louisville?
from Notre Dame.
I said, look, when everybody was on the Leighton Vander Esch train, and I said, dude, you're not watching him. You're not watching him.
I'm
And
watching
I
him.
had I had to break down film, and people said, oh, I see. I said, I'm not gonna break down film on Louisville yet. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is my linebackers and everybody, especially since Denver's going to try to run on us, they're going to try to run.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
So they're going to double team the tackles and they're going to try to pound the Cowboys. So that's why I say my keys today are linebackers on the defense, man. See if they can make their plays, fill the holes, and get in
Yes,
there
sir.
and get them Broncos 3 and outs. Because if the Broncos go 3 and outs, the Cowboys is scoring touchdowns. They can't go
No,
3 and out. Because the
they can't.
Cowboys
Absolutely.
will score. Paul, go ahead. You was
Yeah.
gonna say something?
Okay,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was
Go
going
ahead.
to say, like, see, so you've got three players. I'm going to add a little bold player to watch,
Yes.
Go ahead.
and that's Elijah Clark.
Okay.
There you go. I
Mm,
like 38. I like that 38
mm.
on the field. I like that 38 on the field, man.
Like, obviously, with Wilson out, etc., it's going to be Bell and Elijah Clark. And obviously, like, he kind of, and we saw when he was at Syracuse, like, he can work the cover and work the man at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be quite detrimental. I think he will be quite instrumental how the coverage works in this game. So I'll expect to see
Love it.
him being really heavily involved in this game.
Yeah.
So that's a player. That's a player to
Love it.
watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So normally we do a 30-minute pregame show, but we kind of excited because we're early, so we got 40. So let's do our boldies. All right. Chop.
Oh yes.
We always start, man, with a bold prediction, something that is out there. Give me your boldies.
Devontae Williams get 3 touchdowns. Jake Ferguson get 100 yards.
Oh,
Woo!
I like that. I like that. I like that. Paul, give me your bold prediction.
You want to talk about a really, really bold prediction?
Mm-hmm.
Betty Stewart gets an interception.
Ready?
Oh, ready could tackle now. Ready.
Yeah,
That's
ready.
bold.
Yeah,
That's very bold.
I love Reddy Stewart. I do. I think he needs to be on the field more often. I do. I'm gonna do my boldies, and then we'll leave Mikey for last for the boldies. My bold prediction: the Cowboys defense will have 3 turnovers today.
Oh, go.
My
That's it.
oh,
Out of all the ones I want to come true, that's the one I want to come true. I'm sorry,
that
guys. I want that one to come true.
the Cowboys defense with 3 turnovers today. And please happen so I can stitch this. Cowboys defense, three
Oh
turnovers
man.
today. And
Uh,
Mikey, come on, Mikey, give us with your
I
bold,
got two
bold.
of them. I got two of them.
Okay, go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
with the thin air up there, um, the kicking game is going to be very cognizant. So they're going to short a lot of kicks, and I see Cavante Turpin taking one to the house, to
Please
the
take it to the house.
house, to the
Please take it to
house.
the house. Please
Yes,
take it to the
sir.
house.
Take to the. I'm William Wallace. Oh shit! And fuck, dude. And and one more.
Okay.
Jaden Blue hasn't made an explosive play.
Uh-huh.
Jaden Blue is gonna take a screen to the house.
All
That's what
right.
I replay. Jaden Blues to the house. So those are bold predictions. And you know what? The one most I want to come to fruition is Chris's because that means.
Man, can you imagine if we get 3 turnovers today and what the offense could do with those 3 turnovers? Because I
Yes.
believe, I truly believe the Cowboys they are known to start slow, and this is the only thing that drives me crazy about them. That sometimes they get a little cute, and
That's the
they want to get fancy when they could just me and Paul are 2 offensive linemen, just punch people in the mouth, just punch them in the
Yes.
mouth.
you guys are always
You know,
Simple.
holding.
Less is more. Smash them in the
yes,
mouth. That's it.
yeah. I mean, because to me, just like our first round pick said, Booker say, you just take their soul, take it. But the only way you can do it is you got to punch them in their mouth. You really do. You
For the
can't let
bottle.
you can't let the Broncos stay around. If we get up, we need to keep pounding, keep pounding. We can't pull that Giants crap. Okay, we cannot do that. We need to go in there,
No.
especially with our
No.
history against the Broncos. And we always know it's a different game every time you play an opponent. But only thing we can
But
do is fall
history.
back on history. That's the only thing we do is
But
fall back on history. And
yeah,
hopefully
history.
history don't repeat themselves unless we play them in the Super Bowl, and that's when we beat them. So we beat them in the
No.
Super Bowl. So we always give our score, and we'll end the show on that. Mikey, give me your score and the winner today.
I had to stay. I totally blanked out on my score on the Cowboy up. I believe I said 21-35 Dallas Cowboys. I believe that's what I said. And the player of the game is going to be Javante Williams with his 3 tubs. 3 tubs. Just give it love too. Chop, 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 chop. Player of the game.
All right. Chop, give me your score for the game and the
I,
winner.
I think I said 38-17 when we did our show. It'll be somewhere close to that. And it'll be,
Yeah.
the Cowboys. The Cowboys will go ahead and convince they will comfortably win this game. I do believe they will comfortably win this game.
All
We
right.
might even see some Joe Milton.
Oh man!
Oh
Oh,
hell
oh,
no!
don't! I'm knocking on some wood. I hope we see Joe Millen for the right reasons, bro.
For the
Yeah,
right reasons only.
yeah,
What
yeah.
the hell just
The right.
happened there?
Hey, I thought he fell out his chair. It was just the
I know
phone.
I did too. I'm doing this from this phone. I'm not in the studio, fellas. I'm not in the
Yeah, I know.
studio.
I know. I
I'm not. You
know.
could when I'm doing it by my phone. I'm not in the studio, so
All right.
yeah. Like I have
Paul,
it. I have my stand-up cook. I'm in the knitting room. Matter of fact, I'm in the knitting room and I got a blanket up, bro.
all right, Paul, give us your prediction of the game and the score, brother.
Okay, so I do have the Dallas Cowboys winning this game, ending the 30-year heartache of not beating Denver. Also, it's been 33 years since we last won at Mile High Stadium, so
Yes,
that's
sir.
even more to add to that. 1992, that chain is about to be broken, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game 31-27.
Paul, can I ask you what
32.
happened in 1992? What happened in 1992, Paul?
We won the
We
Super Bowl.
won the Super Bowl.
Let's break curses. Let's break curses and chains and trends, baby.
All right, man. So the big fella's position, man. The Cowboys offense scores 30 points. They score it every week. So we're going to continue that tradition. I got the Cowboys 35-24 Cowboys. Look,
Yes,
man,
sir.
everybody appreciate you tuning in on us on Facebook. I got us on Instagram. I got us on YouTube. I got us on Restream. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live
Yes, sir.
everywhere. And all you Cowboy fans, y'all stay live too. Man, like the big fella always say, Dallas Cowboys for life. We'll see y'all
For
next
life. Hey, World Podcast, subscribe to Cowboy Up Podcast. Puro Pichi Cowboy. Let's go!
Yeah, let me give a big shout out to Sports St. Louis Joe, bro, in the building. Always WWE. Ivan Sosa in the building.
You see him? You see him?
The loyalist. You got Cowboy Beat in the building.
The great Cowboy beat.
Yeah, what's up, Dilemma? Big shout out, man. Big shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all joining. We only growing, guys. We only growing. It's gonna get bigger. Excited.
Hey, did you see he got retrofit right in the introduction?
I see it.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
All these videos, dancing.
Hold on, Clem. Sometimes I screw up, Clem. You know, but hey, man.
Players fucked up.
Hey, yeah,
Players
man.
fucked up sometimes.
Yeah. In this first day of pads. Say, man, you know, we all played, man. It's just something about that first day. Ain't nothing like it. It is nothing like it, man. Because now to me,
Tomorrow tells the truth. Today was the fact, but tomorrow tells the truth.
this will tell you about I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. You know, I know we all co-hosts, but you know, I like to have a little quick monologue before before we get into a subject. You know, your ass always got to spread shit and eating wings and
Motherfucker sprinting.
Calm down.
I haven't sprinted in 5 years.
Calm down, Mike.
Sprinting in 5 years.
Calm down, Mike.
What you sprinting right now?
Yeah, we got a long show. We can go as long as you want to, man. So 21, what you got for Brock today, man?
Pleasure to meet you, Brock. I appreciate the love on TikTok, man. Shout out to Brock, man. Welcome to the show. So hey, I got the hard hitting questions, so I got the controversial.
Yeah. You'd have come out with that Waterburger in and out one, right?
We kind of keep it light, but big fella, I gotta hit him with Walter Cronkite stuff here.
Okay.
Drake or Kendrick?
See, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never really grew up liking Kendrick like that, right? I've always been a big Drake fan, so I'm gonna say Drake, but not like us. Like I was telling Terrence the other day, because Terrence is a huge Kendrick fan. I was like, not like us has me feel like a certain way, because I'm like sitting there like vibing to that song, but it's like this is Drake, and I'm a Drake fan over Kendrick any day. So that's about the only Kendrick song I like. Yeah.
And remember, like, subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. If you love us, tell your friends about us. Like,
Brother, once